Today's very special episode of Botched is sponsored by The Big Leap, a new uplifting drama on Fox. The show is about people from all walks of life taking a second chance on themselves. I took my own leap to start the Babish channel and make it my full-time job, and our partnership with The Big Leap is helping me do the same for someone else, giving them a second chance to pursue their culinary passions. Don't miss the series premiere on Monday, September 20th at 9/8 Central on Fox.
And I'm rolling. Let's look. Am I rolling?
Yes.
It says recording in red.
Did you do that last time though?
Tikka Masala, take one, kind of.
Take -1.
Take.
This week, very, very special episode because it's sponsored by The Big Leap. So we put a call out on social media asking for you to contact us if you knew somebody who needed a second chance or who wanted to take a big leap in their lives. We got over 1,000 emails, some incredible stories. Thank you so much for sharing them with us. But one stood out in particular, a young man named Will who lost his job during the pandemic and wants to get into the culinary field, but doesn't know how. Well, we're here to help. More on that later, because for now, Will seems to think that I botched my chicken tikka masala, and he had some really actually astute feedback for how to make it better. Coconut milk instead of heavy cream, dark meat instead of white meat, curry paste instead of a spice powder in the marinade. All very interesting ideas, all ones I'm excited to try. And try it we shall, because he's on his way here tomorrow or yesterday, depending on how Brad edits this. So people, Brad f***ed up. He might say that he bungled it. You botched it! Here's the deal. Yesterday, one of our cameras f***ed up. Not gonna name names, but we do have to redo our marination process. So, depending on how Brad edits this is we're either gonna pretend that this is the day before, which I'm fully capable of doing, or we're just gonna acknowledge the mistake and make fun of him for it at his behest. He wants me to make fun of him for it. You're a big turd. You're a big, tall, handsome turd. You are a sexual demon. You are a danger to yourself and those around you.
Okay, you can stop.
We're also besmirched, besieged, beguiled by fruit flies in this
It's my
house.
fault. I'm sorry.
Jesus Christ.
I read that.
We got fruit flies everywhere. We all f***ed up in the past 24 hours, except Jess.
Give me a second.
What are you trying to do?
I'm just making sure I've got steady shot on, making sure.
You need steady shot with a monopod?
Yeah.
Ugh. It's a good thing I haven't approved that raise yet. Now the first thing we have to do is marinate our chicken. Now Will uses a curry paste instead of ground spices in his marinade. Very curious to see what that's gonna do for flavor, for color, for all them kinds of stuff. Let's whip them up, shall we? Yes! I was asking you, shall we?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
It's over there.
Oh, cool. All right. So first big difference between our two recipes is that Will likes to use dark meat, thigh meat, dark meat. No other words for it. Dark meat, dark meat, dark meat, dark meat, chicken thighs, dark meats and chicken thighs. And I like breasts. I like breasts. I'm very curious to see, what the difference is going to be. I think these are going to be a little bit too rich for such a rich sauce, but breasts are pretty boring. They dry out really easily. So let's just see what happens. I'm going to cut this up into 1 2-inch chunks, bite-sized chunks. That way, it's easy to just chug it right down. Chug it on down. So the primary marinade vehicle is yogurt. Love yogurt marinades for 2 reasons. Number 1, does all the job of buttermilk. Number 2, it assists with browning. That was cool. Both of these marinades have a yogurt base, so that's gonna give them wonderful color, it's gonna give them great flavor, it's gonna make them tender and moist and juicy creamy. So I'm going to grate in about 2 inches of fresh ginger. And when I'm grading, I have a very hard time being entertaining.
What if you thought about something entertaining? What if you thought about something?
I'm also gonna add some salt, because this is a marinade, for God's sake. You need salt. I'm gonna add some pepper, because this is a marinade, for God's sake. You need pepper. Primary difference between our marinades, I use a freshly ground spice powder, toasted and ground. And Will uses a curry paste in the marinade. He says that this creates a deeper flavor. I think it kind of looks like baby shit. That's not baby shit. Now I'm just gonna massage them together, so let young children leave the room, because it's time to get squishy. Oh no, I got some chicken marinade on there.
I'm just saving your leg.
Sweetie, this chicken was just bought today by Kendall. I trust her implicitly. She wouldn't poison me.
I poisoned Sawyer not that long ago.
These guys are gonna marinate overnight. Will's headed here tomorrow. He thinks that his girlfriend bought him some cooking class for his birthday, but he's actually coming to my basement. So now, as you can see, identical pots for science. A little squirt of oil, blip, blip. And then we're gonna saute our aromatics, add our spices, and then f***ing curry. Anyway, onions. Ooh, look how talented I am, Brad. Look at how talented I am. I can toss 2 at once. I'm so talented. Handsome. Single. Just kidding. All right, so we're sweating the onions. I'm more searing than sweating right now, except me, I'm sweating. I'm not searing, I'm sweating. Now that these are nice and sauteed, I'm going to add a couple cloves of crushed garlic. Everybody hold your noses, because I got the bird's eye chilies headed inward. Yeah, that'll do it. That's aerosolizing. Also going to add the spices. Give them a little toasty toast. We're also going to add the tomato paste. Get those spices nice and toasted, even though we already toasted them, right, Kendall?
Yeah, I did. That's not like I was lying. I did.
Yeah, no, it's the capsaicin is aerosolizing and we're all being pepper sprayed. Okay, the ginger, I'm gonna have to grate very quickly because these are starting to get pretty hot. Great. Come on, Jess, I need your help.
Great. Grate it. Grate it.
Okay, that's enough. Oh, Jesus Christ. I can feel it in my loins. Anyway, we're making curry. Jesus Christ. Oh. That should quell. God, that is brutal. Okay. Get this guy up to the simmer. Do I add? Here's the sugar. Okay, and the only difference between my sauce and his is that he uses coconut milk and I use heavy cream. Everybody's dying right now. Look at Kendall, look at her. She's rubbing her eyes. You just chopped peppers.
I did not wash my hands. I only touched the lids, it's fine.
Our new recipe will reflect that you're not gonna saute that pepper. You're gonna add it after adding the tomatoes. That way it can simmer and not attack your eyes, ears, nose, and throat. Oh, this episode's going well. It's probably fine.
This is probably my fault too.
I'm screwing up right now, okay? Don't monopolize the screwing up. I screwed up. All right, well, maybe it looks less burned from this side. Yeah. So we have some really nicely browned chickens, beautifully browned. Just gonna flip it right over there. Look at that, it's perfectly browned. Nice and, oh God. Actually, honestly, his chicken is gonna be fine because it's dark meat. Mine is gonna be dry because it's white meat. do the math. Our tomatoes are up to a simmer, so now I'm gonna add the chicken. Did you say liquids after the chicken? Kendall, are you okay?
I'm wearing mascara.
Guys, this one is coming apart.
Brad's face right now looks like it's not okay.
Well, Brad doesn't know anything.
So far, these sauces have been made virtually identically. You might say actually identically. But now the big difference is that Will uses coconut milk where I use heavy cream like a chump. So let's see what kind of difference that makes. So now we have our broiled chicken that I'm going to add to the sauce. Dark meat to the coconut sauce. And now white meat into the heavy cream sauce. I think this needs a little bit more coconut milk because it's just not the right color for tikka masala. So I'm gonna add some more coconut milk. That's a lot of coconut milk, but I'm just trying to get it kind of close to the color that I'm used to seeing with chicken tikka masala. I'm gonna stop there. All right, I'm gonna give these a preliminary taste. So I'm gonna start with mine because it's the flavor I'm familiar with. I'm gonna try it. But it's good. It's still a little bright, needs to simmer a little bit longer. Let's see how the coconut milk version is. That's a good move. The sauces still taste a little bright, a little acidic, so I'm gonna let them simmer for a little bit. But this is very interesting. I really like the coconut milk in there, and I think that his chicken thighs are gonna stand up to the torture I just put him through way better. So we'll be right back.
You're about to get out of the car. They're getting out of the car.
Okay.
There's a buzzer right next to the left of the second.
Hello, are you here for the cooking class?
Yes.
All right, come right in. The door's unlocked.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Okay.
Hey guys, how are you?
Hey, how's it going?
Good. Thanks for coming in.
Of course.
Hey guys, how you doing? Welcome to the house.
Shut the
No, well, they responded to me, but we coordinated.
Dude, I'm not like a serious panic attack.
It's okay.
Well, come on in, make yourself comfortable.
Yeah.
This is not a cooking class, I'm sorry to say. So, we brought you here today because you sent us an email and you mentioned that my chicken tikka masala might need some improvement. So, I made your recipe with coconut milk, with dark meat, and with a curry paste in the marinade, right?
Yeah.
That's your recipe? And I made my recipe. Have you ever watched the new show Botched? You can say no,
yeah,
it's okay.
I have.
It's okay. Well, that's what this is because we think that you had some very astute feedback. So we wanted to see if we could unbotch this thing with your help.
Okay.
Does that sound good?
Sounds
All right.
good.
All right. So here's yours.
Okay.
Here's mine. It's kind of weird that it's on the opposite side of us, but you guys get the idea, right?
Yeah.
Yours made with curry paste instead of the spice powder. What do you think that's bringing to the table? The paste over the spice mix.
So I usually do a curry paste because I feel like it develops the flavors a little bit more. I feel like it'll actually penetrate the actual meat a little bit more.
Do you enjoy cooking?
Never cooked before in my life.
Well, this just got weird. So here we have our two tikka masalas. Let's dig in. Let's see what we think. I've been very excited to try this with dark meat. I actually really like that, but I way overcooked it, which is perfect for the dark meat because it got really nice and tender and juicy. All right, now let's switch sides.
Okay. I'll take my fork with me.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. This did dry out some, definitely.
Yeah, but I do like the sauce on that a lot better than the sauce on this one.
I don't know, man. I definitely added a lot of coconut milk to try and get the color up, and I think I made it too thin. But I really like the flavor of the coconut milk. Maybe if we did half and half. Here we go. This is what we're talking about. Thanks, bud. All right. So is this what you meant?
That's all or nothing.
No, there we go. There we go.
Yeah, why not?
Dinner is served, folks. All right. mix this up and something, maybe we'll learn something? I don't know. Have we learned anything today?
Make sure the camera's recording.
Oh, shut up, Brett. All right, let's try this. The hybrid of the two methods, kind of.
That's good.
Great.
Yeah.
Okay. I think we figured it out. I don't know.
Yeah,
Tastes good. It sure tastes good, so I'm happy with it.
Exactly.
Yeah. Thank you so much for coming by and doing this with me, man. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for bringing me to
Now,
your place.
I heard some unfortunate news. I heard that you lost your job during the pandemic.
I did.
And what line of work were you in?
I was in real estate.
Real estate.
Yeah, so this past year when real estate pretty much cut to a halt in New York City, they were doing downsizing at my job, and then I unfortunately got cut.
I'm sorry to hear that. Did you enjoy that line of work, or?
So I didn't really feel too fulfilled in that line of work. I just kind of like fell into it after college. In the pandemic, I kind of decided, I kind of found out what really motivates me, and I think that's cooking, and something I've really been passionate about.
I mean, are you trying to get a career in cooking, or like, where's that going?
Ideally, but you know, it's a little tough to transition to it.
It's a really hazy thing. I've been there before where I made a huge career change. I mean, I had to take a big leap to start doing this as my full-time job. And it's really scary and it's very uncertain. And I know that it can be really hard to get started. So we not only wanted to try your method for chicken tikka masala, we also wanted to try and help your culinary career. So we want to get that started by giving you a set of cookware.
Okay.
And congratulations. Also, we want to give you a grant of $25,000 to go to culinary school, to act as seed money for whatever business you want to open, to further your culinary career.
Dude, wait, hold on. Can I give you a hug?
Yeah,
Can I give you a hug? Holy shit. No way. Oh my God, dude, that's literally good. Because I've been thinking about this for so long, but like you said, it's hard to take that leap and really bet on yourself. And especially when I've been applying to jobs and getting rejected at jobs, and you know, it really takes a toll on your self-esteem. So it's, dude, it's really nice to know that like you guys believe in me, at least somewhat. Yeah.
Since we filmed this episode, Will has decided to use his grant to attend culinary school, and he'll continue to have our support when the time comes to find a job on his dream career path. Will is an amazing, talented guy who has been affected, as we all have, by the pandemic, and it's thrilling to be able to help give him a second chance at pursuing his passions. Taking a leap in life can be frightening, difficult, and risky, but sometimes it's the only way to become who you've always wanted to be. And as we get started on a new season of Being with Babish, we want to hear and share your stories. So please share them with us at beingwithbabish@gmail.com.
Well, thank you so much, man. I really appreciate you coming by.
No, I appreciate everything. This is, dude, I still think I'm dreaming right now.
Thank you again to Fox and The Big Leap for sponsoring today's episode and making this surprise possible. We here at the BCU believe in taking chances and chasing your dreams, which is what you can expect from The Big Leap. It's all about a group of underdogs who enter a reality dance competition TV show that gives them a second chance they need to turn their lives around. You can catch the series premiere of The Big Leap on Monday, September 20th at 9/8 Central on Fox.